a joke on both of them.
I have been waiting for this for my entire life.
Oh, shit.
You know, I actually had 2 speeches prepared tonight. One had embarrassing stories about Brian in it, one did not. And I wasn't sure which one I was going to go with until yesterday, when I went to pick up my tux and saw the color of my vest. For all of us who can't see, it's pink. So obviously, my decision was made a lot easier. Before I get started, though, doesn't she look absolutely beautiful, everybody?
Yes.
Woo!
Woo!
And Joy, you look fantastic as well. I was talking to my brother a couple weeks ago, and I asked him, do you have any advice for me tonight? Anything I should or shouldn't say? And he said one thing. He said, Uncle Mike, who you all just met as Father Mike, will be saying a short prayer before your speech. And he said, you know from past weddings he's going to try a joke or two. Try being the key word. And he looked me in the eye and said, Jim, I swear to God, if your jokes don't go over better than his, I will never let you live in town. So I just wanted to thank my Uncle Mike for making my job a hell of a lot easier.
Oh my God.
My brother and I are 18 months apart. And we've been hard on each other our entire lives and extremely competitive. And I'm not going to lie to you, we fought a lot when we were younger and still do at times today. We shared rooms, so something as simple as asking the other to turn the TV down a tad would often lead to an all-out brawl or a hole in the wall from a flying shoe. Seriously, the flying shoe thing happened all the time. It sounds funny, but try explaining to your dad that the reason your mom bought a brand new expensive painting was to cover up the hole that you put in the wall. It's not easy when your only explanation is, Brian asked me to turn down the TV a little bit. So a little over a year ago, when Brian asked me to be his best man, obviously on the outside I was extremely grateful and honored. On the inside, I could not stop thinking about how fun this is going to be. I mean, this was my chance to roast Brian, my brother, my friend, and my competitor of 27 years. And believe me, there's no shortage of stories about a kid who, growing up, looked and acted exactly like 2 childhood troublemakers, Dennis the Menace and Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone. I kept thinking about all these stories I could tell. I could talk about Brian's obsession with magic when he was a kid. The shows he put on when he was younger. The places he pulled rabbits out of. Even the business cards that said, Wizzo the Magician. Oh, I couldn't wait to talk about Brian's phase that he went through of obsession with boy bands. The posters on the wall. The times my dad and I would catch him dancing alone in the basement mirror. How he'd introduce himself to girls as the 4th Hanson brother. Surely they would love to hear about Mustard Boy and ask me about that later. And the stories behind his numerous detentions. Or even the time that Brian tried to pay for a meal at McDonald's with a check that had been written to him from his aunt, made out to Brian Gabriel. Brian, a little word of advice. You're going to get a lot of checks tonight, okay? Before you go out and actually purchase something, probably a good idea to go to the bank and cash it. There's no doubt, everyone will love my favorite story. The time Brian dressed as the pink Power Ranger for Halloween.
I didn't know what that.
I have pictures to prove. Joy, if you guys have a daughter someday, Brian has a great hand-me-down outfit. And again, judging by the color of my vest tonight, it appears somebody still has a little obsession with pink. So all these stories are running through my mind is, again, this is my chance to roast my brother. But then I realized I'm not going to go there tonight. While it's my chance to roast him, it's also my chance to tell him how proud I am of him. How much I've grown to